Hi, my name is Tanya and welcome to my small backyard vegetable garden here in central Victoria. We are now at the start of March, and although it is autumn, we are still experiencing very hot days. And here where I am, we are getting cooler nights, which is always a great thing. It has allowed the garden to kick on again, and I have pumpkins that are coming from nowhere, a lot of capsicums growing and maturing. Even these things do not like that really mid-summer hot weather. I have a lot of things that need picking, so we're just going to have a little look around and then I'm going to harvest some things. And the chocolate cherry tomatoes have just gone out of control. It is at this point so top heavy that I am seriously thinking of pulling the whole thing out after I harvest tonight. It is overshadowing everything else, and a lot of the cherry tomatoes I can't get to. They're in that thick growth. The wind has battered it terribly. I'm holding up the growing frame that they're on with a stake, and it's just growing over the chilies and the San Marzano, which are still producing wonderfully. So I am seriously thinking of just taking that out, clearing that small piece of bed and topping it up and putting another lot of broccoli in there. The eggplant have a second flush of fruit on them. And also I cleared a lot of the old leaves off it before I built up this bed, just like I cleared a lot of the lower leaves off the capsicums. There is no leeks sprouting just yet, although I have plenty of things sprouting in the seed snails that I did. The little broccoli bambino that I planted last week is coming along wonderfully. I'm making sure I have plenty of shade on it if it is going to be a really hot day. And this is the San Marzanos inside the bean tunnel. The beans have also started to take off again, which is really nice, a second flush, because they sort of got kicked when we had all that really hot weather. So it will be nice to get a few more beans off those. This is the long garden bed that has the rainbow mix, and I will be removing those. The rock melons are just wonderful. We are picking one every day. It is such a treat, and my doggo thinks so too. He loves them. We are all enjoying them. And it won't be long until I can pull those out also. So I will be able to clear this whole long bed. I want to get the bed ready to plant peas. So I think I've got 4 or 5 rock melons left. The chard in under here is wonderful. It's got a little bit of shade so it's not racing to seed. And the pumpkins all have mildew, just like the squash, but we're just holding on. And this is one of the large pumpkins. We had to put in a little pumpkin prop to hold it up. 3 large pumpkins on top of the tunnel. They are coming along really well. So let's get on and harvest and see how much food we can pick from this small space. I'm now picking from the large pots I have down at my back gate. They were a cheap markdown punnet, but it's amazing how much fruit or tomatoes and capsicums I can get off these 3 large pots. They are 44-gallon drums, food grade, cut in half, filled with soil. Last year I had them full of potatoes, which I think I probably will again this coming year. And the amount of food that has just come out of that, it is quite amazing. It just goes to show that just having one of these pots, you could subsidize your fruit and veg slightly, but at least you are growing some of it yourself. So easily. I have done very little to these pots. As you can see, I didn't even come down and prune the tomatoes. They are just going along on their own. I water them and that is about it. I have volunteer potatoes coming up in them, even though I thought I cleared out the soil, but they will be down there growing and I'll be able to get some potatoes out of them. I'm absolutely loving the Thai pink egg, and if anyone knows what these yellow ones are, could you please let me know in the comments? I'd really appreciate it because they are just so beautiful. They have like a light green stripe on them and they're so sculptural. They're just beautiful. These capsicums down here, this tiny little bush has 4 long sweet yellow capsicums on them. They just produce so well, and I will definitely be overwintering my capsicums after a lovely person commented and told me that they'd had a capsicum growing for 7 years. So I am very excited. I will be concentrating mainly on the bell peppers in my glasshouse, and I may find homes for everything else outside and they can overwinter out there. Now the traveller tomato, I'm so upset, well not upset, but disappointed in how they are. They are looking beautiful. I love the look of them. They do not ripen evenly, and also the skin is very thick. It's very thick when you break it off and bite into it. It's quite thick. So I will be reserving my space for a different tomato next spring. Now, when I said I was disappointed with the traveler tomatoes, I am disappointed with the traveler tomatoes. I am removing all of them out of the garden. I have them planted in 3 different places, and all of them have fruit on them, green fruit, and I will be removing them all. I do not want to take up my small amount of space with something I'm not happy with, so I'm taking them out. And along this frame here, I have some beautiful basil growing, so I'm going to continue to look after it and just take all the tomatoes off at the base. Eventually, I'm hoping at Easter that I will be able to move on and sort out the other 2 garden beds just behind this growing frame. So all of these things will have to go anyway. But I'm concentrating on airflow and taking care of the things that I really do want growing. And that is the basil, the marigolds that I want to take seed from, and the patty pan squash over behind. I want to keep growing the tromboncino, which is going up the frame. So they have limited time anyway. I'm not going to waste any of my time on taking care of the traveler tomatoes. Sad, but I'd rather move on and concentrate my efforts on other things.